We both know that I have to eat you now.
Wait, what? That wasn't in the contract?
Yes it was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't in the contract at all.
There was a last minute change to the contract.
No, the contract said that you attack me, I cut off your arm.
What?
Yeah, I cut off your arm, and that's the end of it.
That's not what the contract is saying about that.
And I think you're in the wrong movie anyway. Why are you talking all weird like that? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, this isn't the Dark Jedi Rises?
No, this is Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, my mistake.
Can never hire good help these days. Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch scale Luke Skywalker and Wampa. Alright you guys, as you can see here from the box, more of the same Black Series type packaging we've been seeing for the 6-inch line. But it looks good. It's really cool how they displayed the Wampa in there alongside Luke, just kind of hanging up by his boots. Unfortunately, there's no ice cave pieces, like what we got with the Star Wars Ultra line for the 3 3/4 inch figures back in late 2003. I still have those and really, really like them. At the very least, I think a backdrop, like inside the box would have looked really, really nice, just to show Luke hanging like that. If they would have done something like that, it would have even have been hard to open it, because I'm sure it would have looked really, really cool. But nonetheless, that wasn't meant to be. On the back here, very basic, very plain. You have a silhouette there of the Wampa dragging Luke, but it's not very clear what it is. In fact, if you hadn't seen the Star Wars movies, you might not figure out what that is there. Basically says, while on patrol, Luke and his Tauntaun are attacked by a vicious Wampa. The creature hangs Luke upside down in its cave, but Luke uses the Force to escape. Bada bing! Alright, you guys, and here they are, out of the packaging. Wow, Wampa is huge compared to Luke, as you can see. So I got these figures at a very, very good deal. I got them for $29.99 off of Hasbro's eBay store. You didn't know they had an eBay store? Well, they do. And you can actually get some really good deals if you're looking for any of the Jurassic World dinosaurs. They have them for really low prices. Like some of the growlers you can get for like under $13 with free shipping. A lot of the Star Wars stuff, Black Series, whether it's 3 3/4 inch or 6 inch, you can get below MSRP with free shipping. So this was a heck of a deal, $29.99 and free shipping. And they look really cool. Let's go ahead and get started with Luke. So Luke, as you can see, is a very nice looking figure. It looks really, really good. Very neutral pose out of the box, though he is loaded with articulation. Very nice proportions, very nice silhouette. Sculpt work looks really good on him. The outfit, of course, is the Hoth outfit that you know very well from The Empire Strikes Back. And he comes with the essential accessories as well. Give you a close-up look at his head. And as you can see, it's very nice. Sculpt work on it is really, really good. Paint work on it looks very nice. The way that they painted the bruising looks really good. The color of the skin, I think, is a little bit too pale, but nonetheless, it still looks pretty good. You can still see, a good amount of detail from the sculpt work, though I do find that, things like the nostrils, and the lips to a lesser degree kind of get washed out a little bit. The eyes look very good, nice piercing blue, deeper brown eyebrows, and again, the bruising is painted very nicely. You can see the cuts there on his face. He's got his little cap on, which does not come off. Little soft goods scarf thing, which I don't really like a whole lot because it just has that shape to it. I think plastic would have been a little bit nicer. Little radio there on his head. And the rest of the outfit just looks really, really good. Really liking the look of his vest. Very nice detail work on there. Coloration on the little details is also very nice. Nice metallic look to the belt buckle. The belt itself looks really, really good. He's got a holster right there for his blaster. And just all around very nice. Same with the legs, very good. They're more of like a gray color. They look really, really good. Boots look very nice, very warm and comfy. Kind of like a Star Wars Galaxy take on Ugg boots. And he has 2 pegs underneath his feet, which is very interesting. I'd really like to know, if maybe Hasbro was developing like a base or something, an ice base for him to work with, maybe for him to hang up on or something. I think that would have been really cool. I kind of feel like they were working on something, and I'd really like to know what it was, or if they're ever going to release, whatever it was they were doing. For articulation, Luke has a ball joint at the head, and he gets pretty good range of movement, I would say. Ball joints at both of his shoulders. He's got his hinging at the elbows, swivels at both of the gloves. He's got a ball joint here at the torso, ball hinging at both of his hips so you can do the splits. He's got the swivels at the upper thighs, double bends at both of the knees, and then rocker hinges at both of the ankles. So very nicely articulated Luke figure. I really wouldn't expect more than this. In the way of accessories, Luke comes with a blaster pistol, same one that he had in the film. Basically, it looks like the same one he has, for the Bespin figure. And, pretty nicely done. And yes, it does plug into his holster. You just basically pull out the strap and then get the gun in there like that. And then you can, there you go, it's in. And he also comes with a lightsaber. This is supposed to be the Empire Strikes Back version of the hilt, which is close. I mean, they got the rivets down there at the bottom, which is correct. But this knob should not be red. That should just be silver. So close Hasbro, but not close enough. It still looks pretty good. I mean, it functions as it should. It's a lightsaber. You get a very nice blade there, very nice shade of blue. And unfortunately, it does kind of sit in there at an angle. And, no matter how you twist it, it still kind of does that. So you might have to bend it a little bit in order to get it to shape out a little bit better. And like all the other 6-inch Black Series figures, you can pull the blade out, and now you basically just have the lightsaber hilt by itself. And because the hilt has a loop, you can go ahead and place it on the hook right there on his utility belt, just like that. All right, and now on to what is arguably the star of this set, and probably the main reason you're going to want to pick this up, the Wampa. And the Wampa looks very, very cool. Gotta admit that the sculpt work on this guy, the detail is exquisite. I wouldn't expect anything less from a Hasbro Wampa, and I wouldn't expect anything less from a Black Series Hasbro Wampa, and this thing looks great. The coloration is very similar to what you see at the zoo with polar bears. Like, you always expect them, or, you see like the Coca-Cola polar bears, like you see them being like, cotton ball white. But in real life, it's just not like that. Have you seen polar bears at the zoo? They're kind of like a yellowish kind of, white. They're kind of dirty looking. Same thing with the Wampa here. It's not exactly white. It's off-white. It has, bits of yellow. It looks a little bit dirtied up. Still very nicely articulated. And no, the Wampa does not come with any accessories. So you're not going to get a tauntaun leg or anything like that. Give you a close-up. Look at this guy. And he looks mean. He looks very, very mean. Looks like he's ready to bite your finger off or something. It looks really, really good, though. I think it looks more like the Phil Tippett Wampa, the puppet they used in, Empire, rather than the special edition Wampa, which is basically a costume. I think this looks more like the Phil Tippett Wampa, and I think it looks really, really good for it. Very nice sculpt work. The eyes are basically just like an absent kind of black. You don't see any pupils or anything. Kind of like a great white shark. It just looks very empty. The horns on his head, nice gray color, matte look to them. Nose is kind of yellowish. Around the eyes, you see kind of like a little bit of like a grayish detail with some yellow. You can kind of see his skin underneath there, and his nose, it's also yellow. And then his mouth, just blacked out with some very sharp-looking teeth and blood. Blood dripping down onto his fur because he's not wearing a bib. Come on, Wampa. Rest of the detail on him is very good. I mean, you can see here that they did a very nice job sculpting all the little, hairs and fur and detail and all that good stuff. It looks very, very, very good. Very, very pleased with the way that this looks. He's got his big old paws right there. Huge hands, very sharp claws on there. That way he can take you out real quick. And the feet, very nice, big old toes and big old claws on his toes. And just an all-around very, very nice looking figure. In the way of articulation, the Wampa has a ball joint here at the head, though be aware that because of all, the buildup of him, being all muscular and stuff, you don't get a whole lot of movement out of it. You can go side to side pretty nicely, but up or down, you're not going to get a whole lot out of that. He has one ball joint at one of his shoulders, like that, on the right or left side. And the right side does not have a ball joint, but it does swivel. He has a ball hinging at both of his elbows, which is very, very nice. He has ball joints at both of his wrists. Pretty nice movement with those. He's got 3 points of articulation at his abdomen. You get a ball joint up there at the upper torso. You get another one at the lower torso down there. And then finally one at the very bottom here. Just don't look underneath his fur because there's not much to see. He's got ball hinging at both of his hips, and they go forward and back pretty well. Not a whole lot out to the side, but good enough. Swivels at both of the thighs. He's got the hinging at both of his knees, and then ball hinging at both of his ankles, along with rocker swivels as well. So very packed with articulation for a Wampa. Okay, and the reason that he has a swivel at his right shoulder and a ball joint at the left is that you can actually remove his arm to reenact the famous moment in Empire where Luke cuts off his arm. So yep, the arm does come off. You just basically just kind of pull out. Doesn't require a whole lot of force, and boom, the arm is out. And it looks really good. It looks pretty, definitely looks like a cut of steak, at the supermarket. And in here, basically it looks exactly the same. They did miss painting some of the top there of the wound. And I was watching a video recently, I think it was a comic figure blog whose Wampa had the same thing where it was missing paint. So I don't know if they're all like this or if it's just, a few of them. But, definitely cool that they incorporated, this feature. Always fun when you can reenact stuff from the films, of course. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Star Wars, the Black Series, 6-inch scale, Luke Skywalker, and Wampa. Overall, you guys, I think this is an absolutely stellar set. One of my personal favorite things I've seen come out of the 6-inch Black Series line. Both figures are very nicely done. I really am happy with Luke. Of course, they could have packed Luke, by himself with his lightsaber and his blaster, and I still would have bought it. But the fact that you can get both of these guys in the same pack together is just so awesome. Wampa is so cool. Very nice detail to the Wampa. Very nice sculpt work on his fur, coloration, the blood on his mouth, the removable arm. All that stuff is just awesome. I really have no complaints about this set. If I could nitpick anything, it would be that the little cloth bit on Luke's head, is a little bit of annoying. I think plastic would have worked better. And, they didn't finish painting the Wampa's entire wound underneath the arm, which, isn't a huge deal. But considering that I only paid $29.99 for this set, that really makes this a steal. I think MSRP is $40, I want to say, which even if I paid $40, that would have been totally fair for what you're getting here. Very, very pleased with this set, you guys. One of my favorite things I've seen come out of Black Series, and a set that I highly recommend to you because both of these figures are absolutely phenomenal and just all around awesome. If I could give this set a rating between 1 and 5 stars, I'm going to give it the 5 stars. It really deserves it. If you're collecting the 6-inch Black Series, my friends, definitely do yourselves a favor and check this set out. It is completely worth it, and you will not regret it. All right, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, I do encourage you to like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think about these guys, whether you're thinking about picking them up or not. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. That way you can get early updates on reviews that I'm working on, as well as other collecting news and updates. There's a link to my Twitter page down in the description. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Stay tuned, you guys, because there's a lot more to come.